Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my crackhead update, I was at Walmart in Copper Hill, and I always park right there by the bus stop. So I got out the car, and I had some trash. I went over and put it in the trash can, and this lady was had a phone, like she was talking on the phone. She asked me, "Hey, you seen the man over there by the bank?" I told her, I said, "There's a whole lot of men over there by the bank." She said, "I need my $200. He's supposed to give me $200. I'm waiting on my $200. I looking at her arm, I can see the big band-aid where she just sold plasma come from the plasma center. She had a little Walmart bag in her hand. She kept saying, "I need my $200, faking like she talking to somebody on the phone. And she said, I go for 200. I done ran into a couple women. They always say 200. Maybe she was looking at me as an old sugar daddy or something. She see I got a nice car and dressed on fleek. So she assumed that I'm in the trade for a 304. I told her, I say, you're lucky to get $10. I said, why you didn't tell the people that at the plasma center? They suck your whole soul out. And they ain't paid you no more than $50. You should have ran your game at the plasma centers. She said, no, man, I couldn't see me going for $10. I go for 200. I need 200. I said, okay, you have a nice day. That sun is hot as hell. I walked away and walked on over to the Walmart. That's my crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out and let's get ready to ride. You notice in a lot of my videos, I speak of people who had hard times in prison. One thing you can notice, the majority of these people brought that shit on themselves. You know, by majority of people in prison are street people, are so-called hustlers. They come to prison with that same attitude that they slick and everybody else is a damn fool except them, and the shit backfires on them. Now, I used to talk to the baddest guy at the Ramsey unit, which I've talked about him in several videos, Johnny Armstrong. So me and him was talking one day. I asked him, I said, man, you don't ever worry about one of these guys attacking you with a knife or trying to kill you? He said, years ago that did happen. He said, a guy tried to run in his cell and stab him up. But he woke up just in time and beat the hell out of him and took the knife from him. Now he told me, he said, that's why I don't mess with people. He said, I don't throw my weight around. He said, over half the guys at this prison, I can whip with one hand behind my back. He said, I know I can do it. Now this guy never brags on his fighting ability. I never heard him say anything about fight. He just fight. There ain't no talking about it. He do it. And I listened to what he had to say. You know, I ain't never seen him try to beat guys up smaller than he are. He don't do that. He always tell them, hey man, I get one of my smaller homeboys to whoop your ass. I'm not gonna do it because you don't stand a chance against me. And I ain't never seen him jump no small guy. Never seen him do it. And this man be whooping big guys' ass with ease. He look like Bruce Lee when he fighting. These guys don't stand a fucking chance. They are his size or they're larger. And he put them down, I'm talking about with the quickness. So I kind of adopted that policy. You don't never know when a guy's mother has passed away. He got bad news from the parole board. That's all he needs for you to come fucking with him. Under normal circumstances, this guy might wouldn't attack you. But when he's under pressure, you don't know what he might do. And most of the guys, they brought the trouble on themselves. The easiest way is to adapt to guys in a penal institution. These guys is sexually deprived, high testosterone from all walks of life. So you got conflicting personalities in every cell block. And any guy that is capable of killing you, anyone, and look at how many guys there are for murder. Any guy is capable of killing your ass, so you got to be careful. A lot of guys come in trying to impress those guys, and the shit backfire. If you're about that life, time will tell. You ain't got to impress them. Just when the time presents itself, you take the appropriate action. Now, I noticed something on YouTube when they have videos on a guy who committed some crime against a female. A lot of females go in the comment section. It will say, this guy gonna meet Bubba when he get to prison. Not necessarily. Some of these guys is tough as leather. They ain't taking no shit when they get to a prison. And they got 3 and 4 fucking life sentences. Why in the hell you gonna let somebody run over you? Prison is psychological. They move you from general population to a lockup. But you still at that same prison. You ain't went no damn where. It's all psychological. They place you in administrative segregation. Texas prison don't use solitary confinement no more because that was a waste of energy. Ever since the federal courts intervened and stopped them from starving guys, solitary didn't have no punishment effect. That was a waste of paperwork. But a lot of females will say, what's going to happen to this guy in prison because he harmed a woman or a child? In a Texas prison, nothing is going to happen to you. West Coast prisons are totally different from Texas. Nothing going to happen to you. So many guys in prison for killing their wife, their girlfriend, their mother, their grandmother, their aunt, or their whole damn family. Ain't nobody bother these guys. Now, if they run into one of those victims' loved ones, now that's a different story. I have seen that happen. Some of their relatives are at that institution, and they take action. But normal guys not going to do anything to you. They're not going to bother you at all. Most inmates are not going to ask you, if he don't socialize with you, what you in prison for. And now, it's several ways they can find out, especially at a prison. They got cell phones. Now, some guys are just inquisitive. You come in, you wait to mail call or something, and they call your name. They're going to call your full name, not your nickname. And he just go on the prison website, pull you up, and he see what you're in prison for and how much time you served. And guys might find out that way. If you join a prison gang, they want to see paperwork of what you're in prison for. But a normal guy, normal guys are not interested in what crime you committed on the outside. They're interested in how you deal with the guys on the inside. A lot of females say, what's going to happen to this guy? Like harming a female is females are a distinct category of humans. There's so many guys there for killing their wife. It's a damn shame. Or a girlfriend. It's a lot of guys there for that. Like once, I had this sex offender at the Pulaski unit. He could play chess real good. So me and him was sitting there talking. And I just got off of work, coming from death row. And he always bombed cigarettes from me. And he made a statement. He said, man, all these guys always telling me that I'm a sex offender. He said, but the average one of these guys, they never take care of their kids. They don't even see their kids. But they talking about what a crime I committed. What he had sex with an underage female. And Hispanic inmates used to mess over this guy. No one wanted to be in the cell with him. They treat him bad. They slap the shit out of him. They treat him bad as hell. And he told me that. Something, that was a good point. The average guy, even out here, look at all these single mothers. No kid, dad, nowhere in sight. Sometimes I ride through the projects over here in East Dallas. There's so many young guys hanging out over there, live over there. They living with a Section 8 mom. She on HUD housing. He too young. They don't give young males HUD housing. So he living at one of these female houses. I see a lot of guys hanging out. I know damn well they not on no lease. And they ain't giving a shit. I guarantee you that's not the baby's daddy. All he got is a weed sack and some X pills. And he got a hoop to ride in. That's it. He ain't bringing nothing else to the table. But, and another guy helped me out. I probably, at the rate I was going, it's a possibility that I would have got killed at Ramsey. Because I was hell of aggressive. Anytime you say something to me, if I even thought it was offensive, I'm going to take immediate action. I ain't going to wait, because I didn't give a damn about the punishment. Once I figured out I could handle solitary, it was a wrap. I didn't give a shit. When I met this old man, he didn't talk to nobody. He makes these big ass boats out of wood. He makes stagecoaches that's a lamb. Man, he was selling that shit for top dollar. I used to send some over to my mother. Man, she's selling the ships $150. He put the pirates on them, the cannons. Man, this fucking dude could carve good. He was good. But he didn't talk to nobody. And everybody called him Mr. Favre, including Cat. If Cat give you that respect, you can bet you done earned it. Because he don't respect no weak inmate at all. He don't got no respect for you at all. And he called him Mr. Forbes. And this old man took a liking to me. Now, I learned a lot of shit from him. That's who made me my first pair of gloves with the iron in it. He see me standing at the major's office all the time for fighting. We come in, Red Rider got me standing at the office. He told me one day, he said, damn, youngster, he said, damn, you fight all the damn time. And he said, I can fix it where you won't never lose. And he made me those gloves with the iron in it. Boy, I done won a many fights with those damn gloves. But this old man had inmate psychology. He don't even talk to guys on the cell block. He can tell you that guy's whole history, what he gonna do, what he's not gonna do. He can read all the inmates. He taught me how to deal with the inmate guards, and he taught me how to deal with Cat himself. I didn't have no prison experience. I had the nuts. I didn't give a shit about hurting you. That didn't mean jack shit to me. Your ass wanted to go to the prison hospital, I damn sure send you there. I didn't even hesitate on busting your fucking head open. But this old man saved the hell out of me. I ran into him again at the WIN unit in '99. He still was in prison. I saw him in the hallway. He walked up, shook hands with me. He said, hey, man, I tried to keep up with you down through the years. He said, I heard about you, man. You been laying these motherfuckers down. I heard about you, man. He said, man, I did a good job with you. Was one good-ass old man. He got out. They gave him a little bit over $5 million. But he didn't make it. He didn't make it long. He died. He was 74 years old. But his wife stayed down with him all 52 years. He'd get visits. Sometimes I'd be in the visitation room with him. I heard him over there arguing. You remember back in 1949, he was messing with that woman? I'd be saying, 1949, man, this woman remember some shit from then? But the old man was smart. He never been to no college. But he knows human behavior. I used to say to myself, this is how I want to be like this guy. Also, Racehorse. They got the book, Racehorse Big Emma's Boy. He wasn't, this guy, smart as fuck. Cat respected him, even though Racehorse wasn't a violent dude. He was a smart motherfucker. And he got out and did good for himself. They made a movie about him and everything. And this guy talked to me one day. He said, hey, man, don't never get caught up in this prison shit. He said, I see you enrolled in college. Stick with the college, man. He said, use your brain. You ain't got to fight every damn time. Every time somebody say something to you, you ready to fight or stab them. He said, you ain't got to do that, man. He said, use your brain. He said, most of these guys are illiterate or functionally illiterate. He said, you don't want to be like these guys, man. He said, man, they stuck. They can't make it on the outside. He said, the average one of them here, they would lease this whole cell block. In 6 months, half of them will be back. And it took me years for all this shit to register on me. And AdSeg helped me out. I was in AdSeg, and I was thinking, man, I'm going to get out of here. What in the hell I'm going to do? How I want to do my time. So I started using my fucking brain. And a lot of the wardens will respect me because I had a fucked up disciplinary, but I had 3 college degrees. And man, I learned a lot from the past that I was able to use in the future. My old lady's in there. She at work. She on the computer. She got an MBA in finance. The company she worked for, she's still working from home. I got all the doors closed to the bathroom and to the bedroom where her microphone won't pick up me talking. Anyway, in conclusion, there were several old sayings that I heard old people say when I was young. What your ass leads you to, what your head leads you to, your ass will pay for it. In essence, they're saying, for every action, there's a reaction. Everything you do, it's a counteraction to that action. And most people complain about the reaction. The action is cool. But when it comes time to pay the piper, it's a whole different story. Also, I heard a lot of old people say, you might not mind me, but when Uncle Bobo gets your ass in that penitentiary, you will mind him. And that is totally true. You get there on many days, they're going to talk shit to you. Just say you went without money and somebody send you $50. And just when you get ready to make commissary, it's a fight on the other side of the prison. You standing in the commissary line. Second one from the window. Almost there. And they come, hear the sergeant walk up and say, everybody go back to your housing area. You is totally pissed. You ain't been to commissary in 9 months. Got you a list made out to get all these fucking ramen noodle soups and get you a couple pints of Bluebell. You got to go back to your housing area. You ain't got no other option but to go back to the housing area. They shut the commissary down. Now what the fuck you gonna do? You gonna mind that sergeant. Or it can be worse. You refuse to mind, handcuff your ass, take you to lockup, and most likely you gonna get cell restriction and commissary restriction for refusing to obey a direct order. Now you double fuck. And the commissary is 45 days. Now that's 45 more days added on to when you'll get to make commissary. A lot of situations there, you gonna mind. Say they got having a good meal in the chow hall. And you at one of these prisons where they already have the trays made. That is fucked up if you at one of those type of prisons. Just walk down to the end, it's a tray shootout. You get that tray and look at it, your meat is 1/3 the size of everybody else. They having meatloaf. You go back up and say, hey man, I ain't got no fucking meatloaf. Keep it moving, inmate. What the fuck you gonna do? But keep it moving. Standing there arguing, handcuffed, taking the lockup. You gonna mind. So you might as well, man, do the right thing out here. Leave all that stinking thinking alone. Because you don't want to suffer stinking consequences. Y'all follow me over on Patreon. Like and subscribe. Keep your motherfucking shanks ready because shit might pop at any minute. That $200 lady, if she show up, tell her what I told her. She ain't worth nothing but $5. I don't understand why they don't go out to Greyhound bus station. Guys just getting out of prison, they might give them $30, $40. Those guys are desperate. I'm not desperate. Y'all have a nice day.